Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bushka, and today we're going to be looking at solo TPP and some of the things that I think you can do to improve your gameplay in solo TPP. Solo TPP is something I play a lot of these days because it's really hard for me to find solo FPP games, first-person perspective games, and I'm just dog-tired of killing the first three people in an ace squad and then having the fourth guy kill me when I'm on 20 hit points and I nearly win the gunfight. Like, it's just borderline soul destroying to consistently hot drop against full squads and nearly win. So what I'm playing is solos, one-on-ones, and it's really enjoyable. There's a more tactical element to it, and it's that space that I want to talk about. And talk about space, what about that for an AKM shot? Just letting the gaps between the rounds do the talking, and it's a language I love to talk. The solo game is actually incredibly tactical compared to playing solo squads, where a lot more of it is brute force and blunt trauma kind of engagements. Solos tend to be in TPP, at least on the Asia server, a more conservative gameplay style. You will meet the occasional grub like me that is just very, very aggressive with their solo gameplay, but for the most part, you're going to come across people who try to win by outlasting and surviving. Now, that's a completely valid mode of gameplay because the game is a battle royale game and you get more points for surviving than you do for killing. Because at the end of the day, it's the last bloke left. That's the person who is the champion. And it doesn't matter if you go out there and get 20 kills and then come second, you didn't win the game, right? For me, I don't mind that. I'll just go for the kills. But I do like to play tactically as well as flat out nuts to the wall crazy. One of the things that I find is really helpful in this is to exploit render range. You'll see there's a guy at the top of this hill. He's over 100, 120 meters away, so he's just lying on a hill for me. People do this consistently in TPP, and you're going to see a bunch of examples today of people who die because they don't... it's not that they don't know about render range, it's just that if... There's a kind of thing that we humans do. We think that if we're doing it, probably everyone else is doing it. And if everyone is just lying down in the grass, then that's great. It's a really valid tactic. It's quite easy to get away with. But if you get someone who is standing up, then they get a massive advantage, a massive competitive advantage, as long as they're able to not get snuck up upon. And a big part of the gameplay style that I think is a key to being successful in TPP is consistently using both the circle to clear targets and bots and other players. Now, this is a drop. There's just so much going on at this drop. There is a bloke to the southeast. There is a guy to my northwest who's just gone past in the car. I'm thinking of not even getting out of the car here, but I can't resist it. And then, like, there's the guy in the red. And I'm looking at where everyone's firing from. So there's two dudes over here. I'm going to clear them both up. And I stopped firing because I'm like, oh, there's another car behind me. Is that him? No, that's fine. This guy's going to try and get away. We'll clear him. We go in, and I am always aware of the fact that there is likely someone snaking or being a sneaky grub in TPP. It's just absolutely goes to the territory. So my one rule of thumb, the most important thing you can do, the biggest mistake new players make, and I've done a video on this which is like at 350,000 views, is hard cover to hard cover. So I'm always next to the car. And then I just want more hard cover. I want to get the other side of this ridge so I can poke. And he probably thinks I've bailed out. So now all I'm doing is using hard cover again, and I'm keeping an eye on the rest of the map while I do this so that I can be certain that... See, I'm not actually just looking for the guy that I know is in front of me. I'm also looking for the people that I know have been engaging behind me. And now we talked about that 150 meter rule. I actually think it's closer these days. Oh, drop shot! Yes, drop shot, drop shot, drop shot. I don't often use it in CQC, but at that kind of range, it's gorgeous. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now, this is what we're talking about before. there is another car coming in down there. That is the same red car that buzzed the last drop. And I couldn't find him on the other side of that hill. So I'm nearly certain that this is the same bloke who was buzzing the last drop and then taking pot shots at me and everyone else that was at the drop for quite some time. And that kind of map awareness gives me some really key ideas, right? It lets me know that the area he was in before and the red car was spotted off to the left of that whole crate engagement before is probably pretty safe. There wouldn't be many people out there if you're looking at the circle from this. I'm now just using that render range exploit to scan and look for targets that are lying down. It's incredible to me that with so many people like still alive, there's 5 of us left alive in a circle this size. They are, every single one of them is lying down. Every single one of them is lying down, right? Every one of them right now is lying down. And by being the only person standing up, this is such a huge advantage. People see this as a negative. They're like, if you stand up, you can get shot at. And that's great. Yeah, you can. But if they're shooting at you in close range, they are generally not going to be able to ADS, aim down sights or aim down scope. And I'm using the gatekeeping there on the blue line so I can see if there's anyone forced to stand up and run. No, so I'm feeling pretty confident there's no one to my west. And if they're not ADSing, they're not very accurate. And if you're always going as close to hard cover as possible, you're going to be just fine. That car wasn't there last time. And again, there's a guy exploiting this. I mean, I should just call this video How to Exploit Render Range. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Welcome to How to Exploit Render Range. We're 7 minutes in. And that's another clear. So he was lying down. The last 3 guys, they're all lying down. I'm showing you something that I do all the time. All the freaking time in solos. In squads, this is crazy because in squads, there is enough firepower in a squad to clear a car in a single clip very, very comfortably. In solos, if you drive around in the car towards the end of the game in TPP, people will probably be lying down. They will probably be lying down. That means they can't ADS. They're going to be spraying. That means that they can't aim very well. It means that it's unlikely if you've got a full hit point buggy that someone is going to be able to clear your car. So I will drive around. I am literally just fishing for compliments here. Someone shoot at me and tell me my ass looks good. There's a guy behind that tree over there on the left. You can rewind it if you want. He's staying there. And there's 2 guys in the middle of this circle. That's why I don't see them, because they are literally in the middle of the circle on the western edge. I'm going to see if I can see them driving past now. I can't see them. They don't fire at me. And I'm like scoping out where I want to go, what I want to do. I think this rock looks pretty good. I drive around a bit to see if anyone shoots me. No one's shooting at me. Right? No one is shooting at me. I'm going to put a smoke out just behind me here so that at least stops anyone pushing in from that side of the zone with a good shot, because I don't want that to happen. And then you're going to hear the green start coming in. And one is actually going to bounce off my freaking helmet. I can't watch this. This is absolutely crazy. Are you ready? Here it comes. Just bounced off my helmet. It just freaking bounced off my helmet. Let's watch that again. I mean, this is insane. Doing. It just bounces off my helmet. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure where that guy's coming from. Yeah, I've got no qualms with lying down when that dude is over there doing the same thing, man. I just want to get a heel off, and then I'm going to chuck a couple of grands, and then I'm going to push him. Because, you know what, I don't, like, I've said it before, I'm not a big fan of crawling around in the grass. I think it's a horrible gameplay mechanic. I think this would be so much of a better game if grass flat out did not exist. People would be forced to get good at the game rather than forced to lying down just to win. But if you're going to do it, and I'm going to play in the same gameplay as you, oh, hello, he's throwing more grants, then I am going to have to push, or I'm going to sound like a grub. We get him done. So at least this guy has told us that there is no one else over here. We're going to get a little bit of an adrenaline or something in, and then we're going to sort out these last 2 grubs. I wanted to use this video the moment that... I wanted to make a video using this footage the moment that grenade bounced off my helmet. Honest to freaking God, that was amazing. So, one of the best things about being the only guy left standing up is you get to see movement. Like if I'm in the circle behind hard cover, physically up in the air, I get to see movement, and I'm not looking. See, I'm not scoping down at the ground. I am looking for movement. Yep. He throws his green. That's great. Yep. I'm behind hard cover. And again, I'm just looking for movement. Looking for movement. Looking for a dark patch on a light green background. Look for it. Look for it. Look for it. See if you see it. It'll pop. There it is. Dark patch, light green background. There he is. Thanks for the game. That's some of the things you can do to win in TPP solos, especially if you're great at heading the ball in soccer. I think you'll be a lay down misère for winning every chicken dinner that ever comes your way. Until next time, remember to like the videos and subscribe. Tell your mates. Share the videos. Please. I love numbers. Well, let's get to 100K. Let's go to 100K. All the way to 100K. Bye for now.